guys? It's Kurt here with Acclimated Coral. Today we're going to do a giveaway and unboxing of Inland's diamond bandsaw. I know they had a version out of this a while back, and apparently they've updated some things and trying to be competitive in the market again in this metric. So we're going to go ahead and do the unboxing. Stick around till the end of the video. Learn about the giveaway. I'm going to give one of these away. Just trying to build up some interest for Inland here and their products. And yeah, so let's get into it. We'll go in a little closer, unbox this thing, and get to it, I guess. I don't know if this has any room for concern or anything like that, but I did notice that this is how it was shipped to me, and this is how it was sitting on my front porch. You can clearly see it says fragile, this end up, this end up. So thanks UPS for, being able to read. But who knows, maybe he was looking at it in a mirror or something like that. Then again, when they shipped it, they did put the packing label and invoice on the bottom side of the box. So little room for concern there. Not quite sure what happened, but their products are definitely better than the people shipping them at this point. So I guess let's flip it over, get into it, and see what's going on in here. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Inland saw does have variable speed control, as to where the Griffin XL does not. Most of the time, people don't use that feature. They just want to crank it up, but I do like having variable speed depending on what I'm cutting. So that is kind of a plus for me with this unit. I'm going to try to get this out of here without all of these packing peanuts going everywhere. We'll see how well that goes. I feel like that's going to fail. But that being said, let's get it right side up. Get in here and see what's going on. Cardboard pieces. First piece here looks like we got manual, cutting table, drain hose. Get down a little further. We appear to have, looks like our lubrication container with the hose and the lid. Also looks like the blade guide or blade adjustment height for depending on what size piece you're cutting. Cardboard, always fun. Yeah, fancy with this piece of styrofoam. Nothing else in the box. So there she is. Try to zoom in a little bit. But yeah, There she is. The side over here has the tensioner for the blade. That's locked in there nice. Back on this side, speed adjustment. No longer just on and off. Not too long of a power cord. If I had to guess, it's probably a 6-foot cord without unrolling it. Run this side. 2 little adjustment screws here. Flip her open. Looks like the blade is in there, but it's definitely not in there. It's just kind of tossed in there for shipping. Now, something you guys definitely want to be aware of. I don't know if you can see this on the video, maybe. Oh yeah, you can. You can see there's 2 different sides. One has the diamond edge on the band, the other one does not. So obviously you're going to be doing the cutting with the diamond side, so you definitely want to make sure that when you put this on, the diamond side is facing you, facing away from the machine. So I feel like the easiest route on this, let me go in a little closer here for you guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to feed it under this first wheel first. Now I am going to go ahead and release the tensioner on the back here. Tensioner's right here. Just screw it to the left. Then you should be able to just push it right down. It is spring loaded, so it's going to work against you a little bit, but it should give you just enough playroom where these aren't flush anymore up here. So back to this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and feed the blade onto this wheel first. This is your motor wheel. This is what drives it. So we want to make sure it's seated on there nice. And definitely do not kink this blade. If you kink it, might as well just order a new blade a while. So again, cutting surface facing out away from the machine. I'm going to go ahead, feed it on the bottom wheel first, run it up through the guides. Keep some tension on it, guys. It'll make your life easier. Bring it up through these guides. Pull down on this wheel and just sit it over the top. Now when all this is happening, your bottom might pop out. So it's really nice that we have 2 hands in this world. Be able to make sure this seat's back on there nice and even all the way around. Release the top wheel. It'll put a little tension on it for you. Just a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and lay this down flat for a second. So you can kind of see in there what I'm doing. But there's guides here that you can't see. There's guides that it runs through on here. There's a guide up here on the top. That's a good shot. There's a guide up here on the top. guide here on the bottom. It just loops around. So I'm going to lay her down flat really quick, and I'm just going to make sure everything's pushed back in there nice and flush all the way back, all the way around. Just heard the wheel click up into position. I'm okay with that. Okay, seems like the blade's in there nice and solid. Nothing's crooked. Go ahead and stand her back up. Make sure you lift this wheel straight up. Put some tension on it. Close your panel up. Toss your screws back on. And good to go. There it is. That's what it looks like with the blade installed. Onto this bad boy right here. Does give you a full parts and assembly list. Got our nice cutting surface here. This is just common sense, guys. It's going to sit on here like this. With the overhang out on this side. Just need to go ahead, take it, slide the blade right in there. That went nice and smooth. And we got 4 screws here. Speed this part up a little bit for you guys, but all your screws nice and flush on there. The other thing that was in here was the handy dandy drain hose that plugs in right here on the bottom. Make sure you got that on there. Then you can run this other end to wherever you want. A bucket. I probably won't end up using this. I'm probably just going to sit this whole thing in a big Tupperware container and just let it drain out and not use this hose, but it does work nice if you want to run it out. And all this does is helps to drain the water away from the inside of the machine. Wrap that around. On to the next piece. This is for our blade guide. This controls the flow of the water. And there's a little tiny hose in there sure you push that on there really well. We're not going to attach this piece just yet, though. We also have our water container. How this works. I'm actually going to pop this off of here for a second. How this works. Hose goes over the little nipple, just like that. And then there's a piece right here that you feed it through. So you keep this from not being kinked, though. Take one of these thumb screws that they give you, and that goes right in here. And what this is going to do is help adjust your flow. The more you pinch off the hose, obviously, the less amount of water it's going to let through. And it's not just the screw. It's going to be hard to see with the lighting. It's not just the screw that's in there. There's a little black plate that this pushes down on, and that evenly compresses the hose so you don't poke any holes or get any weird kinks in it. But when that's all set up, clops right here on the side. Just kind of sits there. Also comes with a little cover for your water or lube or whatever you're going to use. Salt water for our purposes. Lid sits on there. It feels to snap on there pretty tight. Personally, I'm probably going to run a rubber band around this just to keep it from vibrating off when the saw's running. I feel like that could end up being an issue. And what you do is you take your blade guide. This is where the water runs to. Make sure all the factory pieces of plastic are out the way of this. Just making sure the slot is clean right here. Again, butter knife. It's my multi-tool. What's going to happen is this is going to sit in. This crease right here is going to go over the blade, and then your set screws are going to go here. And what this does, guys, is depending on the size of the object you're cutting, it allows you to adjust it up or down, obviously. It allows you to adjust it up or down to put your water flow where you need it most. Always make sure you tighten these down though. And then you take the other end of your little water hose, and it goes right on the nipple on the guide. Careful. So you guys can see that on the guide, up through the pinch point onto the other nipple. And they also seem to include this little center hole plug for on here. Just slide it around the blade. So I'm going to clean out that crevice too. Just to make sure. They actually give you 2 of these pieces. I feel like they're identical. Maybe just a spare. Slide that over the blade carefully. feel like I may or may not use that piece. I feel like I need to. Just need to figure out a nice way to make sure it's secure in there. So the blade should be running down anyway, so it should keep it in there and snug. Once we run that, it'll probably be nice and clean anyway. They also give you this nice little leather blade wiper. Not very big, but useful. So everything's in here. Everything's been put together. All in all, it's a really nice put together unit. My next video I'm going to do, maybe in a day here, is going to be, I'm going to go into more detail about installing the blade, setting the tension on the wheels, making adjustments so the blade is installed correctly. You don't just throw the blade in there, put the tension on the back, and it's ready to go. They do give you an Allen key for tension adjustments. And then this piece on the back that's hiding behind here controls the tilt of the top wheel. So, yeah, the spring does put some tension on it, but it controls the tilt. So you guys got to remember when you're doing that. So, there's the unboxing. There it is. Pretty nice, heavy-duty piece. I don't feel like it's just going to walk off on the table or anything like that. Yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Go ahead and zoom back out to me real quick, and we'll go over the giveaway. And yeah, so 1 second, guys. All right, guys, sorry for the lighting in this room, but it's a little not good at all, and I didn't really have time to get all my photography stuff out and excuse me, set up my lights and things like that. This will definitely suffice for right now. When I check this in post, I'm going to see how the quality is of everything, but it should be good as far as this is concerned. So yeah, giveaway time. There will be links in the description on where to purchase this saw. There will be links in the description to our Coral page, and also instructions for the giveaway. Everyone needs to do a few things. Some of them are blatantly obvious, just because everyone does it. One of them, like the video, comment on the video, and subscribe. Those 3 things are important. Helps me to track, find people, see who's entered, see who hasn't. Pretty much everyone in the world has Facebook by now. I'm also going to put a link to our Coral page on Facebook. Please go to the page, click on the link, click like. When you've done all of those things, go ahead and post your comments saying that you completed them all, and you'll be entered into the drawing. Let's see, today is what? The 19th, I believe, is the date of filming. I'm going to let the contest run through the end of the month. Winner will be announced beginning of February. So I'm going to give it a couple weeks. Well, I guess not. Almost a couple weeks until we give it away. So thanks for watching, guys. Like, subscribe, comment, like the Facebook page, get entered in the contest, get entered in the giveaway, get yourself one of these for nothing. The guys at Inland are great guys. Customer service, sales department, all top notch. Shipping department left a little to be desired with how it was in the box, but nothing seemed to be damaged because of that. So I'm gonna go ahead, cut this off now. Remember, guys, make sure, go like acclimated coral.